Every single person that Donald Trump has chosen to lead any of these agencies literally has the vibes where you cannot leave your drink around them without covering it, okay? Even on the aesthetics front, where you're like, why are you dressed like that? Why? I'm sorry, maybe this is too hyper-focused on a random, nonsensical, aesthetic-focused position, but I can't stand the way these motherfuckers carry themselves, bro. Anyway, let's get to Kash Patel. President-elect Trump's picks to lead the FBI.
To politics now, President-elect Donald Trump planning to install a loyalist to lead the FBI. Kash Patel is his name, longtime associate to Trump, has advocated purging the agency on day one and even using it to go after Trump critics. Nancy Cordes has the latest from West Palm Beach.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one.
I like that every single person that Trump has appointed has been on the Sean Ryan show. It's very cool. Like, I feel like Trump is a Sean Ryan head. Like Pete Hegseth, this guy, every single person has like insane quotes from the Sean Ryan show.
44-year-old Kash Patel has often described what he would do if he were in charge of the FBI.
We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media.
This weekend, Trump announced Patel will now get that chance if he's confirmed by the Senate.
What are the FBI agents that monitor this chat going to do if their offices are closed, brother? Trust me, I think that the FBI is probably going to beef that up even harder. The Trump's FBI is going to monitor the left even harder than they did before.
Current
okay?
FBI director Chris Wray, who has 3 years left on his term, would either have to resign or be fired. Kash is a brilliant lawyer, investigator, and America First fighter, Trump wrote, who played a pivotal role in uncovering the Russia hoax. Some Republicans applauded the pick.
I think Kash Patel is a very strong nominee to take on the partisan corruption in the FBI.
But Iowa's Chuck Grassley, who is set to chair the Senate Judiciary Committee next year and will run the confirmation hearings, was more cautious, saying Kash Patel must prove to Congress.
I think there's something really funny about Chuck Grassley having this position. It's like the Dianne Feinstein pick of the Republican Party. Like, it's very cool to give this guy an entire committee to lead when he's like barely sentient, barely alive. Chuck Grassley is, let's see, 91 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 91 years young.
Congress, he will reform and restore public trust.
Your PSA appearance convinced the liberal to be a fan. Okay, well, let's watch this and then we'll look at that.
Traditionally, candidates to lead the FBI are viewed as apolitical.
Oh, he's giga racist? Dog, he was there when racism was invented, okay? Like, he played a formative role in the invention of racism. He was in the lab cooking up new ways of saying the N-word, okay? He was there. The ancient manuscripts of racism, he basically wrote certain aspects of it.
But Patel was an active promoter of Trump's false stolen election claims, even when he was working at the Department of Defense.
Kash Patel's only qualification is because he agrees with Donald Trump that the Department of Justice should serve to punish, lock up, and intimidate Donald Trump's political opponents.
The president-elect took a break from nominations late Friday to dine with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who made a surprise visit to Mar-a-Lago just a few days after Trump vowed to slap a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and from Mexico.
It was an excellent conversation.
And in another meeting of note coming up this week, two top Trump allies, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, will be heading to Capitol Hill to sit down with House Republicans to talk about deep cuts to government spending, something that was a big priority for the president-elect.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the shit that this man did, okay? Kash Patel sold an mRNA detox, reverse the vaccine, get healthy with Warrior Essentials. He sold on Truth Social a fucking like anti-vax pill that would undo the impact of the vaccine, which of course is bullshit, but it's still pretty funny. Let's find out more about the Warrior Essentials LLC mRNA detox vaccine reversal pills are likely next. FBI Director Kash Patel has promoted on Truth Social with his own URL/promo code Spike Gangsters. The link he posted goes to the Warrior Essentials website with the coupon code SPIKE. Warrior Essentials is owned by a couple who had a multi-level marketing business. based on probiotic chocolate and a keto pill business, which was named in a class action lawsuit. Bill Barr said in his own book that he was insane. Bill Barr talks about thwarting Trump's attempt to make Kash Patel the deputy FBI director, an idea he says showed a shocking detachment from reality. Now, the funny part about it is that, I mean, fuck the FBI, okay? But having said that, it's going to get even worse. But let's see. Let's see what else. So this only focuses on the dick pills that he was shilling. He also wrote a child's book, I believe. He also wrote a child's book, I believe, on the Trump impeachment scandal, if I'm not mistaken. Fucking awesome. He is incredibly pro-Israel.
Trump is elected. Imagine the efforts of the Israeli military and the Mossad combined with the maximum pressure of a new Trump administration against Iran.
Aaron's absolutely right. We should be side by side, and that can't happen unless we have an election that changes the commander-in-chief's seat. And when we are back in power with President Trump, you will see what we did with Israel and the prime minister and our special forces and their intel operation. We will be standing side by side with them. We will shut off the machinery that feeds money into Iran. We will no longer have 100 hostages still in captivity, Israeli and American and otherwise, by Hamas and Iran's Hezbollah mercenary forces. Donald Trump rescued 50 hostages and detainees. That's more than every president before him combined. And I hope he wins on November 5th. And Aaron's right. We need America to wake up and prioritize Israel. And that is not what Kamala Harris is about. We need to bring home Americans and end this war, bring home Israelis, and make sure we stand by our #1 ally in Israel. And people need to wake up when it comes to November 5th. Donald Trump's the only choice.
Look at his little pin. Oh, here's a clip of him saying he's going to go after the media. Democracy Now! Covered it as well. He is going to use the FBI to go after all of Trump's enemies.
Go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice. And Steve, this is why they hate us. This is why we're tyrannical. This is why we're dictators, because we're actually going to use the Constitution to prosecute them for crimes they said we have always been guilty of, but never have.
And this is Kash Patel speaking on the Sean Ryan show in September.
The FBI's footprint has gotten so freaking big. And the biggest problem the FBI has come out of its intel shops. I'd break that component out of it. I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops. You're cops. Go be cops. Go chase down murderers and rapists and drug dealers and violent offenders. What do you need 7,000 people there for? Same thing with DOJ. What are all these people doing here? Looking for the next government promotion, looking for their next fancy government title, looking for their parachute out of government. So while you're bringing in the right people, you also have to shrink government.
The problem is not what they say, okay? The problem is what they do, chat. Never forget. They can present a reasonable position. It's more so about what they signal that they're going to do. This is something you have to remember. They'll never be like, yeah, we're going to go after political enemies. They're going to try to couch it within a reasonable statement. Dude, every Republican has crazy eyes. Like every single one. I don't know how. Like every single Republican, dude. There's just something spiritually wrong with these motherfuckers, man. Anyway, we got the 5, but here, let's watch CNN.
The FBI's footprint has gotten so freaking big.
Already has some controversial ideas for overhauling the Bureau.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one.
We heard this
Claims
already.
is made of journalists, big tech, elected leaders, and senior government bureaucrats.
And our biggest enemy against that truth is the deep state. And we are on a mission to annihilate the deep state.
He's also shown a taste for retribution, including over false claims of 2020 election fraud.
We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out.
He's been a public defender and a federal prosecutor in the Justice Department's National Security Division. During the first Trump term, he worked on the National Security Council and then as chief of staff to the acting defense secretary.
We're blessed by God to have Donald Trump be our juggernaut of justice, to be our leader, to be our continued warrior in the arena.
Patel defended Trump against the charges he faced in the now dropped classified documents case.
Bro, I can't stand I cannot stand how fucking annoying his outfits are, bro. I can't stand how these motherfuckers carry themselves, bro. I hate it. Like, everything else aside, these are straight up the people that you avoid when you see out in broad daylight. The people that you don't want to make eye contact with. Now they're in fucking positions of power. It's literally people that you would be like, oh, gross. Like, you see them from afar and they got this weird aura and you're like, I'm gonna not want to talk to this guy. Every single one of these motherfuckers, man. Every single person that Donald Trump has chosen to lead any of these agencies literally has the vibes where you cannot leave your drink around them without covering it, okay? I don't know how else to describe. I mean, and it's understandable that you have that feeling when you got the likes of Pete Hegseth and shit, but like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's something so weird, even on the aesthetics front, where you're like, why are you dressed like that? Why? I'm sorry, maybe this is too hyper-focused on a random, nonsensical, aesthetic-focused position, but I can't stand the way these motherfuckers carry themselves, bro. From King Donald kids books to pills claiming the reverse COVID vaccine, Kash Patel's MAGA merch ventures. He's a MAGA merch guy. Like, think about the most insane person that never left your hometown after high school and got arrested for drunk driving like 8 times. Now think about that person's family business. It's a Trump store. Now that guy runs the FBI. What the fuck? This motherfucker wears the cash pin everywhere he goes, bro. How the fuck do we go from, lol, look at these guys that like get the MAGA rap on their fucking pickup trucks, to being like, that guy runs the Department of Transportation now. We're putting MAGA raps on every bus. How the fuck? Patel penned 3 children's books, dude. That's like disqualifying. Defending King Donald from villains. The 3 main villains are Hillary Quinton, Sleepy Joe, and Kama La La La. Kama La La La. The first installment, which Patel called the first ever children's Russiagate book. Bro, I'm sorry. You need to be institutionalized if you say these words, okay? Like, if you say these words in succession, hey, I created the first ever children's Russiagate book. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking liberal or Republican. You need to go to a mental asylum immediately. You are in ever-present danger to yourself and others around you. You have to be put in the machine, okay? Meritocracy is real. Yeah, if your only measure of success is how hard you can ride Trump's dick. Yeah, if the Olympics was factoring in competitive dick riding, yes, Kash Patel would be a champion.